Hello, hi there. Hopefully today will work with YouTube. I don't know what's going on. I kind of checked the connections, so hopefully we'll be good to go. I apologize if you usually watch me on YouTube and it's been kind of funky. It keeps saying that I don't have a very good connection and then it cuts me off. So I'm not sure what's going on because all I can think is that because this is hardwired to the house and the hard wiring is under a lot of snow right now. So anyway, hello from Idaho. I am Dory Jo Stoll with Prairie Scraps. I'm here on YouTube and Facebook as Prairie Scraps. I also have a private Facebook group, Prairie Scraps Chuckin'. You've been hanging out with me there and saw there was a really exciting launch this morning. It was sold out in 1 hour. Peanuts. The Peanuts gang. The Peanuts gang. So anyway, that was pretty exciting. It's still coming back. They have it reordered, so that's going to be exciting too. Um, all right, so I'm going to get right into today. The first thing I want to do is say I'm sorry. This is going to be a long one probably because this is a very large leaner that I am doing. I'm doing a leaner carrot leaner bundle. You could buy them the pieces individually, or you could buy it. You could also buy it as a bundle. So I'm not even sure if it really saves you a whole lot. It's just easier because you can find all the pieces. So I'm just going to go ahead and put you down into this right off the bat. This is the transfer that is in the bundle. It says welcome to our home or to our burrow. And it's got the nice little ivy down there at the bottom. And so that is going to be the last step. And if it gets to be way too long today, I may just go ahead and let this all dry. But this is the leaner itself. And it comes in in this box, and it's got 3 pieces. It does come wrapped in some plastic. And it's also got its own sticky, like double-sided sticky tape to use to put it together. It's sort of like a puzzle piece. So I did not do, I don't know, let me know if you did the nutcracker, put nut down below. At Christmas time, I did not do it. I don't know why. There are a couple, I found that through the process of being a chocolatier designer and doing crafting online, there are a few things that really like irk me. I don't know, drive me crazy. Nutcrackers, I think they look weird. I don't like them. I'm sorry if you do. It's okay. I'm okay with having a difference of opinion, but I don't like them. I don't know why that is. It's really, I know it's really strange. But so I couldn't imagine getting a big one. So this comes in 3 pieces. It fits together like a puzzle piece. And then you put those sticky tape, whoops, this way, sticky tape on them. And then this one fits up here, 3 pieces. So that is the leaner. It doesn't have like anything to hold it up. I don't know. Maybe I should start with the orange. I'm not making up my mind very easily. So the bundle does not include any of the pastes or anything like that. All it includes are that transfer and these pieces. I don't know, what color should I do this bottom part? It doesn't need to be orange, does it? All right, and I'm thinking about using a past Scout, which was a past color of the month. We have this in ink now. It is a shimmer. I'm seeing that now. So I'm looking here at my greens to see what I got a significant amount of. I'm also thinking about doing orange peel. So I'm kind of thinking about doing the brighter colors, orange peel and then Scout together for the greens on top and maybe the bottom here, and then also the orange peel, but I don't know. And then I don't know, do I go darker? I always tend to go darker, right? That one's kind of thick. As long as I have it open, I'm gonna put some water in there. Always, if you have your pastes are getting a little dried up, which they do, they have space in there once you start painting out of them. They'll get a little dried on top, and then pretty soon, if you don't use it for a while, it gets dried up all over the place. So just spritz it and then leave it, sit. I don't know. I think otherwise I have olive. I do have this color green. I'm not going to be a purist, I don't think. Maybe I could do this color. This is moss, and another close one to this color is actually meadow, I think. Maybe a little darker. Shimmer olive. I'm gonna do a little tricky stuff, so I don't know. We'll see. I haven't totally decided. Put in your vote if you have a vote. If you would like me to do a certain color, let me know. I'm on live chat. So far so good. I'm so glad YouTube is working for me. Maybe that was it. It was just maybe loose. I went through, I kind of pulled things out of the snowbank, did that. All right, I'm gonna start with the orange and just go from there. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so this is orange peel. To me, it seems kind of bright because you know me, I like a little bit deeper colors, but don't worry, I'm not, ooh, my little thing here is, and pretty stiff. So I'm going to put a little bit of water in my lid so that I can get my brush kind of worked up here. But I do not want to do too many coats. So I'm not going to worry too much about the puzzle parts, going over those, because, you know, it doesn't matter. It's not going to show, especially once we stick it together. So it won't really matter. Oops. I do not really want it on the side though, which I just did. And I also, I really have only been able to see like 2 people have completed this project. Get a wipe and get this edge off before I kind of freak out about it. And I don't know, it was underwhelming. Let me tell you that. I thought I was all excited when I saw it online. And of course that like messed with my beautiful painting there. Oh, we're off to a great start. It's always messy when we're crafting together, isn't it? So, but this is just probably a base coat. We probably want to put in more. I'm trying not to do too much water, but I might end up with it. Hello, Tefane. Good to see you. Hello, 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 my friend. And hello, Maria. Good to see you too. Did you get your peanuts in this morning? Your peanuts and gang? I was wondering. I got one of everything. I'm excited about that. I see some t-shirts in my future. So, but everyone that I've seen has been like a really flat, like, I don't know how to end this down here. They really didn't, they didn't tell us great, directions. I think this should go all the way down as a carrot. That's my thought. And I do want it to kind of look like it's, side to side. I've been thinking about this. I want it to look, little, it's hard to do down here though. A nice straight line there to start with. Okay. Little like a carrot, and carrots like sort of have lines going side to side. So that's what my thought process is that it's not gonna just be like one color. I think we're gonna be blending a couple of different colors to make it look real. But I've got some ideas. The welcome kind of just goes down the center. So near the top, it's wider. So I want to give it a little more depth and a little more interest, I guess you would say. So that's my goal here today. We'll see. So today is a little bit earlier, 1:30 for me in the Pacific time. I did want to give myself plenty of time. Like I said, I will work on YouTube to getting the time code, so that if you want to, written in there for you, if you want to just fast forward later on, you can't sit and watch for hours at a time. I get it. Time is of the essence. I was telling one of my students last night, have you ever heard the saying, time is money? He's like, no, I never have. He's 11. And I said, well, it is when you're wasting time in lesson. That was the point of my whole story with him. When you're wasting time during lesson time, cough, 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 hint, hint, hint. Hello, hello. So I'm thinking about the brighter green, the Scout. What do you guys think? We have this Scout can be found. I'm going for it. We can always do a different color, right? We have Scout in ink right now. We also have Pucker. If you liked some of the colors that came out in monthly colors, that is one way to get it is in ink colors. You don't want to use ink though, like on wood, but it's available. If you like this green, it's kind of a bright green. My daughter loves green. It's her favorite color right now, Lydia, and she would say, this is not the right green. It's too bright. That's what she would say. Now, if I hit a little bit on the outside edge, I'm not too worried about it. I didn't want that big goop there, but I will just come back with a light sanding and just sand on the sides to make it look nice and clean when we're done here. Because I don't want to tape, and my painting is going to be somewhat messy. It always is. You wouldn't be having fun if you weren't having mess. It's not therapeutic if you're like worried about perfection. It's got to be therapeutic if you're crafting, right? That's my theory. Anyway, I think that green looks kind of nice, actually. I'm kind of excited about that. Oh, thank you. So there we go. First coat. Not too bad. It is taking it pretty well. There we go. And I'm going to set that part by and let that dry while I work on the next part. This one's going to be all orange because it's in the middle. Again, I'm going to adhere to my side-to-side painting. But I am finding that if I go out this way instead of coming in, it's not gooping it up on the outside edges as much. Live and learn from me. I think I do need a little bit of water though. And again, this is the puzzle piece. This is where it's going to piece together. It does not matter. It does not matter if you get in that puzzle piece area. It doesn't have to be fully covered because we're going to be sticking it together. I will probably try this double-sided sticky tape that's included with this board, but I may not. I may end up hot gluing it at some point if it doesn't stay together. Sometimes it's a great idea, the double-sided sticky tape, but they don't always stay together for long periods of time, so it's okay. It would be nice if you could you know what would work really nice is those Velcro dots, and then you could just Velcro it together and then store it smaller. Wouldn't that be nice? I think that would work. Kind of doing the edges here so I don't goop up on the outside. I'm just trying to get out to the edges, I guess. I do have some plans for this background. I want it to be a little more depth than just solid orange. Oh, I do kind of like the streakiness of it. Go. Where it looks a little bit more yellow, that's because I added water. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. I know it. I didn't even look to see when Easter is. Does anybody know is it in March or April? I don't even know. I think it's April. I guess I didn't even really pay attention. It just feels right to be doing it. I guess we could do a little bit of St. Patty's Day, but I'm not Irish. I'm not Irish. I know you don't have to be Irish to celebrate, but I'm just not. Oh, so I was kind of telling you, like before, I didn't do any of the nutcrackers just because I find nutcrackers to be a little bit on the creepy side. I don't know why that is. Like, I also do not like angels. most of them, there are very few angels where I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so cute. I don't know why. I just don't care for them. I think a little bit just, I mean, this may be controversial. It's okay. If you like them, I don't judge that way. But for me, I just don't lean towards them. Like those, I once in a while I would see somebody had done those painterly angels, and I'm like, oh, those are so beautiful. But I'm like, I can't even get imaginative with it because it doesn't even, it's not my thing. So, and I think that's okay. We have so many different products that if it's not your thing, it's okay. You don't have to be into everything that Chalk comes out with, or even everything that's in style, like for crafting. Is it April? I was thinking it was April for sure. But I don't know, probably early April, right? So Easter is kind of a long way off yet, but if you're going to do your Easter decorations and want to do, the leaner before Easter, it's good to get it now. It is all available. So if you want the carrot leaner, just put carrot down below and I will get that information to you. I'd love to have you be inspired to make a little extra leaner, I guess. A little extra. I'm not minding the brown showing through. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like it. Oh my gosh. We have sun out today. It is beautiful here in Idaho. How's your not a nutcracker fan? Oh, I know. Oh, okay. See, and I'm okay with that if you are. I just am not. So whenever it comes out, I'm super not excited about it when the company comes out with those things, just because it's not my thing. And I find it, I mean, I guess I could get it and make it just so everybody could see it, but my heart isn't in it. So anyway, this is my first leaner I've done by Chalk Couture because the only other leaner we had was that nutcracker. People were pretty nuts about the nutcrackers, though. They were nuts about it, literally. Trying to get all the edges here so we don't have it's kind of hard to even see. Like there's little puzzle pieces there. All right, I think I'll stop on that. That is its first coat. I actually kind of like the way that looks. I think it looks textured and kind of like carrots, right? Okay. I need more room. I'm going to set this on the floor, on the box, actually, to dry here. It is quite warm in here. Now, this part is going to be very weird because this right here is going to be orange. And I saw somebody did this whole piece green and then realized because the W has to for sure go up here on this part of it. So you want to be sure you have the placement and the colors right, because to me it looked really odd. Not to knock the person that did it the other way. Maybe that's the way they wanted it. I guess you could do it however you want, but I thought it looked weird. So I think this is still part of the carrot. If you grow a carrot, this part is still orange up here. And I want to be true to the carrot, maybe a little bit. Maybe not a lot once I get going on this crafting wise. We'll see. This is actually kind of a smoother board they've used, more like a composite board. It's not like our wood, the white wood, the bright white woods we use for the chubbies or anything. It's not like that at all. Speaking of chubbies, they're totally out, I think. Chubbies and Peanuts gang are out. Sadly. At least they said that. It was going into my cart, though. I was able to put the Peanuts gang still in my cart. I don't know what's going on with that, but I had seen things saying they were completely out in an hour. They had sold out, so who knows? It's going fast, going, gone. If you see something like that with chalk that you really, really love, you probably not alone. Probably not alone. Probably everybody else loves it too. So this is one third of, oops, I just dumped orange all over. This is 1/3 of it. Does that make sense? So I think it was close to 3 feet tall. I may be wrong. Don't quote me. It's pretty big, and it's going to be pretty awkward once I get it put together, because I'm going to have, in order to paint it, I'm going to have to at least puzzle piece it together. All right, so this part, I was kind of hoping I could go vertically with it to make it look like leaves for real. I want it to, if I'm going to have brush strokes, I want it to go in the way of greens, I guess you would say. And this one is a shimmer, so this one's going to just be different. It's just going to be different. But I do like this green with that orange peel, that's for sure. Let's see. I'm not too bad at, so far, not too bad at making a straight line here. Carpal tunnel is definitely going on right now for me. I've been doing a lot of practicing. And I'm now in orchestra with the bass again, which I took off last semester. It was kind of nice to have a little time off. And then our band started up, so I'm playing trumpet in the band, the standing bass in orchestra, so that is this evening. And then I'm also practicing a lot of piano because my daughter's, the Peanuts thing. So glad you asked. So we have an agreement. We have rights with the Peanuts company to have transfers with Peanuts. And so they came out, they launched it this morning, and I don't know, maybe try my shopping link. It seemed like it was going into my cart, but I had seen posts saying that they were sold out. It's selling out very quickly. Let's just say that, because it's so popular. It is Peanuts' 75th anniversary this year, and they have partnered with Chalk Couture, and we have transfers. Oh my gosh, love the Lucy. Was it Grouchy or something all the time? Something like that. I got them all. And then there's Positive Vibes with the whole gang on there. So exciting. And then there's minis with it on, which would be great. You could do small items. You could do, on notebooks. You could do baseball caps with that. There's a couple of the transfers are the 8.5 by 11, which you want for a shirt. I know they are so cute. I think, I don't know. I don't know if I've met, angels and nutcrackers, I think you could take, like people either love them or hate them. It's not, like there are strong opinions about those. But Peanuts, who doesn't love Peanuts, right? I think everybody has to. They're so sweet. And so anyway, they're coming back. They did a first order today. It was launched today to everybody, to customers and designers alike. And they were selling out pretty quick. So, go check it. Don't give up before you start. But they have reordered already for the next run on it. And then hopefully a lot of us, because we don't have a lot of, they have to get the company, if you're going to, do any sort of promotions on social media, the company has to get it okayed. Actually, this Scout has pretty good coverage here. Better than the orange peel, really. Maybe that's just because it's a newer paste. I don't know. Again, I'm making messes with my water here because I had it in the lid. Okay, I think it did pretty good on that one. What do you think? Carpal tunnel and all, right? All right, I'm going to rotate and come back to the base. Give this a touch up. Oops, I just stuck my finger. Hi, Debbie. Good to see you. So, Peanuts, yes, so exciting. Can't remember if there's 4 or 5 different transfers. I don't know. So cute. Very exciting. Clean, wholesome. I think that's the cool thing about it, is that, ooh, I don't know what is on here. It's like something got spilled on there or something. I don't know. All right, the green is pretty good, I think. A little more water on here. So second coat here. Try to get it even. And then we will go to the next part. Because I think I am going to do little tricks after this. So stay tuned. I don't want to give it all away right off the bat, right? Keep you in suspense. What I'm going to do next. Doesn't seem like there's any water in there. So I'm doing lots of practicing that is definitely affecting my carpal tunnel, that is for sure. If you've got arthritis or carpal tunnel, raise your hand. You know what I mean. I think it's going to be okay if I'm a little streaky on this. I'm not trying to be, but I do kind of like the depth of it. I don't know. I'm adding a little bit of water as I go to just get a nice smooth coat. I suppose you could do the same, like just put a thick coat on and then sand it, but this, prevents having to sand and get all the sand off, all the crumbs off. So, yeah, so exciting with peanuts. I was really excited when they announced that. I was sad because when they announced it in January that we were getting peanuts, it's been a long wait. It feels like since January. I guess it's only been a couple of weeks, but because we had a launch, it was sad not to have it at the first launch. That was it felt like I was waiting a long time. I'm not very patient with craft supplies. I guess that's the moral of the story. This looks like it's green right there. I think it's just lighter orange. So I don't know what that is. There's like a black spot there. I don't know why it's there. Okay, not too bad. And then let's see, put that in there. Actually, my Scout is older than now that I think about it, my Scout is actually older than the orange peel. It shouldn't be a problem. I'm just doing a second coat. I don't think I'm going to do anything down here except, oops, go out of lines accidentally. Guess I did that. Even that up. I'm a pretty good edger, usually. It's kind of what I like to do. I like to paint. I like to paint walls. You guys like to paint walls? Hey, Karen, my friend. You lucky duck. Thank you so much for your order. You got the peanuts before they ran out. You had your choice at least. Yay. It was a fast run on them this morning. Very exciting. Excitement in the crafting world, that's for sure. It's very exciting for Chalk because they haven't had like a partnership with like name brand anything yet. So this is their first, which I think I would have never thought about peanuts, but I love it. Like if I was thinking about a brand partnership, that wouldn't have been on my radar. That's all. Not that I'm disappointed. But. All right. Get this down there. Get this one, middle one up, maybe. So this is the middle part of the carrot. You can see it sort of, I don't mind it because it's brown underneath. So it kind of looks like a real carrot, doesn't it? Yeah. I bought one of everything myself. So, and they've reordered. So don't panic if you didn't get one. You could put peanuts down below and I will notify you when it comes out again. I will put you on a list and keep track of it for you so that you know if you want more. If you didn't get today what you want, let me know. I've kind of got that water sitting in my paste. I don't really need it. Maybe I do. I'm kind of okay with the streaks in the carrot. I kind of like them because it's brown underneath. So I could have even stood to do like, if you were wanting it to be like a nice even color, maybe doing a base coat underneath would be good. Holy smokers, I am like sweating today. The sun is shining, so my little Airstream is warm, which is funny because I've had the heat running constantly all winter. And outside, it's beautiful sunny, but This is the funny thing. Just like Tuesday, was it Tuesday? Today's Thursday, yes. So like Tuesday, I couldn't even drive down my street. If you saw my personal like reel that I did on my personal site, Dory Joe Stoll, um, I like couldn't even drive down my street because they hadn't plowed. And Monday it was like um warmer temperatures, so all the snow, like it had snowed over the weekend, probably 6 inches. The orange is orange peel, and the green is a color of the month last year, Scout. So I apologize for the green. Um, it is a little bit different color, but good reason to get the colors of the month, I guess. And so anyway, so Monday, like they didn't plow our city at all over the weekend, and we did get a couple layers of snow. And it's of course all in the streets. You had to like, and then Monday it all started. It went up in temperature, so it was like almost like 39, and so all that snow started melting. And oh, I think I just like, yep, I did. I got a little bit of that Scout piece right there. And so it was like a big pile of slush on Monday, and then it froze overnight. So then anything at the bottom of whatever was there on the streets for snow, which, mind you, our whole town, they did not plow after the snow over the weekend. So like I think it snowed all day Friday and then all day Saturdays, like 6 to 8 inches over the weekend. None of it was plowed. So then it's thawed out on Monday, and then Monday night it was like hard as a rock. It was like driving. Sunday was frozen. It was a mess. Needless to say, the amount of snow in our street, and then Tuesday was again warmer, and with a forecast of by Tuesday night, we were supposed to have winter weather watches. And so, I don't know, it was beautiful, and it would have been a perfect day for plowing on Monday. I know, I hear you. I hear you. Me either. Well, I'm usually spending it, but I don't always get it either. Some of the colors I'm like, I just will never use that. I started out like I got to get every single one, which is I'm sure what they were hoping for. And it's okay. It's totally okay. You can use any color green, use something you have on. I think Meadow would look just as good. It's not going to be as bright. Scout is in our ink colors. If you really like that color and want to use it on some fabrics or glass, you can get the ink and have it be permanent. Okay. All right. So I think we did pretty good here. I know I've got some darker spots, but I'm actually kind of okay with it because it's, oh boy, where did my cloth go here? I just put my finger in a puddle of it. I know, me too. You know, you just prioritize what you're going to use. I don't even necessarily like, I know you got from me that color of the month. What is that one called? Ooh, dang. Good luck, Charlie. I thought that was going to be a green. I thought it was going to be green. I did not know it was going to be like a blue. I just like, ooh. I just put green. Ah! Put green in the middle of my orange. That was dumb. I knew I'd do that at some point. Anyway, you're going, that's what you get for getting that color. When I got this one, I think that was that Scout. I think that was the one where I thought, I don't know why I got this one because I don't really, it's really bright for me. I like the darker colors. I like more neutrals. So it's not really my color. But we're using it today on this. And I may do a little dumbing down of it too. So stay tuned for that. I'm using it more because it's a cover color. It's okay. It's okay. Whatever color you have or want to use, it's okay. You can use whatever you want. It's not exact. This is your own choice. Okay, here we go. Just a little bit of orange. And actually that Scout did cover really well. More so than anything else. I had a little bit of extra water in the dish and it's gone already. I already used it up, so that worked out well because I was worried about thinning out my paste too much. So anyway, there was this big soupy mess. Well, by Tuesday morning, it was all melting and I could hardly drive. You couldn't even drive down our street. Like people were, I have 4-wheel drive on in town. That's how bad it was. And as I was driving to take that, I took that video um for the reel. My daughter did the recording for me. I'm like, she like actually turned it off because she thought we were gonna die. Because I kind of I kind of went sideways driving down the road. I'm like, that was the part you're supposed to catch, was the fact that I was gonna kind of be, it's like off-roading in town because they hadn't plowed anything. And I had been out taking the girls places, taking them to appointments, and had been, doing my normal run to the bank or whatever errands I had to do, and come home and we had not seen a single plow. Yep, little at a time, prioritizing. You can't get it all. And trust me, I've been doing Chalkature for 6 years or 7 years now. I've been using it. So I didn't get this collection overnight either. And I try to keep it to a minimum too. I mean, that's why I'm a designer, so I can earn it a little bit. You guys are supporting my habit. That's what you're doing. But so anyway, not to complain about the city, but I kind of am because I didn't see a single plow out at all, which was crazy because for that on Tuesday morning, and we had a warning for Tuesday afternoon for winter warning again. So it's kind of crazy that they weren't taking anything off. And as I was driving, the snow was so high, it was like a slushy, snowy mix on the roads, on the streets. It was so high that it was hitting the bottom of my truck. And I was riding in 4-wheel drive and struggling to keep it moving and not spin out. Like, and I'm from Wisconsin. I know how to drive in the snow, but they plow in Wisconsin, not in Idaho. So it was all an adventure. I posted that video and I kind of knew this. This is why I kind of posted it. Maybe it's mean. I could have just called the city, but they're not very receptive at all. They don't want to change anything. Basically, the plow guy said, "Well, we're supposed to clear east to west first and then do north to south." So they only go the little side streets, and then the main streets are north to south. That's where everybody drives and where they think they have right of way on the north to south. And he said, that's just the way it's always been. That's the way that we're supposed to continue. And I'm like, that is so dumb. I've just never heard of that. Like, heaven forbid we find a new way to plow that might be more beneficial to the city. I don't know. Anyway, so they weren't on any of them. They weren't going either way, either direction. Tuesday, I posted that video, and literally within an hour, they plowed down. They took the grader down my street. At least we got one lane plowed, which is more than a lot of the streets got in town. And my husband came home at lunch. He goes, I think they're mad at you because they left it all in front of our house. Like, seriously, there are like snowballs all down it's only one lane, the whole entire street, and we have businesses on our street. That's what I feel bad for, are the businesses on our street trying to do business. My husband's car dealership that he works at is on this street, and they never plow them out to the curb, and they clear out every time there's a snowstorm. They clear out all the cars, so there's nothing on the street. All they have to do is come through and plow it, and they never do. Never. And so they struggle getting their business, like, are they expected to plow their own street in front of their business? I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. But I feel really bad. They're not the only business, but they in particular have cars going in and out. So anyway, that was kind of the gist of the story. But within an hour after posting that video, they came and did one plow through, and that's all we've had now all week long. And then yesterday, Wednesday, hello, Victoria, sorry. I know, check, but don't quote me on it. The bundle is gone. I was getting it to go into my cart individually, so maybe try that. The peanuts. So anyway, oh my gosh, it's been a saga. Needless to say, the snowbanks, like, there's one plow down the center of the road and nothing else. And that is just most of the snow is left in front of our house. So I think my husband has words to say to me. He's not saying them super loud. So I'm thinking about, this needs to dry before I do any thinking about, right? I want to do a pattern on top of this. You know how, like, sometimes the carrots are, here's the bottom. I kind of like the shininess of that Scout. It's pretty. I want it to be more monotone. So I don't want it to be my patterns. I want it to be monotone. And so that's what I'm planning on doing here. And, oh, I've got an older transfer I'm going to use, but you could use one of the new pattern ones. I'm planning on using it for the greens. And this one would work. Where are they? Any one of these would work from the old ones. This one would be very close, but this is like the big version of it. It's the grown-up version. This one is the one that's out currently. There's 4 different patterns. It's called the Vintage Patterns. Sorry. I don't know what that is. It says potential spam. That's not me. All right, but I'm going to use an older transfer. It's a little bigger. It's just going to work out for me, I think. First, I am going to take some wax, wherever it may be, and wax it, because I do not want to. Oh, oofta, what did I do with wax? I was thinking this was my old one because it was so far back. Kind of keep some of the commonly used ones there. All right, we're going to start with wax. Wax is just going to seal this. This is wood. And so I'm just going to use microfiber here. And it's just going to seal it so that it doesn't, when I go over the top of it, it doesn't peel it up. Although, I don't know if it will. It also seals it so that, like, it's not going to seal it watertight, you know. So if you were going to leave this outside, you definitely want to spray coat it or use that gator hide on it. It's paved, but we are lucky. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is in town. I'm using 4-wheel drive in town. So anyway, they still have yet to, that was the only plow we got, was that one day on Tuesday. And like my husband said, they're mad at me. They're mad at me for posting. But I don't think it would pay to call them either. Kind of snotty up at the city. Actually, when we've had them over here, like trying to work with the fence and stuff, like when we were putting a fence in, he was an absolute nasty guy to me. He wasn't very nice. Not a kind man. Not a kind man. Okay, so I'm going to put a pattern on this all the way up. This is going to be a challenge. It is a repeating pattern. The question is, can I find the repeat to get it to go? You want to get all the bubbles out when you put the transfer on. And because it's a bigger section, we want to work pretty fast. I'm going to use, I think, rust, maybe. I don't know. pretty dry. Do I have any others? Maybe I go lighter. Rust might be my favorite. Oh, you know what? I might do something else. This was my rust is looking pretty dry, so I know I'm going to have to work it a lot to get it to go, and that's not going to be fun. We don't want to be not fun. We want it to be fun today. Yeah, sometimes our county roads outside of town, the highway's clear, everything else is clear, but in town, no thank you. You can't drive. I guess that's the rule. I don't know. This was a chalk con color. This one looks a little bit dry too. I'm going to add a little, but not as dry as the rust. I'm hoping to make it like the pattern is there, but not like crazy contrast. Does that make sense? And this one's got a shimmer. This one kind of looked, I don't know, they didn't name it. It was just like a chalk. Or last time we had live chalk con. Chalk con is for designers, our conference. And this was the last one before the plague came, you know, with the big C. And then after that, we switched to having leadership in person instead. And then now this year we are going back to ChalkCon again in person in Kansas City. So that's pretty fun. So if you're in the Kansas City area and are not a designer and would love to go and join us, and there's like crafting, you get your own special color usually. Just depends on what's going out. Last one leadership we got in person, we got a glow in the dark ink. That was so fun. All right, we're going to try this. Here we go. And we're going to work fast and not go over orange here. I want it to be, oh boy. Kind of exact here. I don't want to go over the green there. All right, go down. And we're going to try reusing this pattern over and over. We might have to do some washing. Who knows? Like I said, I may have bit off more than I could chew here. You don't know. That one lined up pretty well as far as... And you do want to work sort of fast with this. You don't want to let the chalk paste dry in the screen because it will peel away with the transfer. But like this is just a pattern, so you guys know me. I kind of like the, you know, rustic, vintagey look. This one that I'm using is an old one from 2023. It's called Damask Pattern. And it was nice because it was like an 18 by 12 size, which is pretty cool. It's kind of a more manageable one than the 18. I like the 18 by 18 patterns. Don't get me wrong. I use those a fair amount. I love them for furniture for sure and bigger projects. But they're not as manageable like on little signs. They're just a little bit more pain. You could cut them apart though, but I don't ever cut anything apart. You guys know me. I'm a rule keeper. If it came together, it stays together. All right, here we go. I'm going to get the extra off, put it back in, set this aside. Oh, there's a big gob right here. You don't want any gobs on it because it does also affect how it peels off. So this will be a fun way to use this. Oh, I see more. See more, do more. Yeah, our county roads are all clear. The county does their job. Our main street is clear because that is a county highway. So the highway department takes care of our main street. So I think this city is a little spoiled that way. All right, here we go. See how this looks. You could use any colors you want. I'm kind of winging it here. I just think it looks nicer. I kind of like the fact that it's just giving it a little bit of extra interest. Is that pretty? And it is a shimmer. Kind of an orange. I don't even know what color it is. Like I said, I thought it was more like a shimmer rust is kind of like what it looked like. my rust wasn't working. So rust would work. You could use any of the colors, really. All right, get my fingers clean. Now, the next part is line up, right? Lining up the pattern so that it looks seamless from here to there. That's going to be the key. Ooh. So this is the next part, and bear with me here a little bit. I'm going to have to do a little bit of finagle dangling to get this to go here. I don't want to wipe it off. Definitely should dry it. I sure do appreciate you if you're watching this whole thing. If you're watching on the replay, put hashtag replay. Like I said, over on the YouTube page, I will try to put the time code so you can see the titles of when everything is happening. I'm still warm. I've got that. We're working hard today. And my fan won't go on. I want this to be dry so that I can line up without peeling it away. Well, and the funny thing is I think sometimes I have heard our city kind of says, well, if you don't like it in the city, then move to the country. Well, can't afford to. It's so expensive to live outside because like 78% of our county is national forest. So there's not really a lot of private land. And therefore, if you want to live here, it's expensive. All right, let's see if we can get this lined up. That's how it's going to piece together. And I'm just going to keep going and try to get this pattern all the way up. I know I could probably use this a second time, and hopefully we can use it a third time. All right, so I need to find, I see this kind of weird, it almost looks like a heart right here. That's what I want to use to line it up by. I'm going to put that over the top and line that up. The rest of the pattern should also line up in all technicality. They do. They are repeatable patterns, actually. And the cool thing is, I think it's not good. I mean, I think it's not what you're going to put your attention to, if that makes sense. So if it doesn't line up exactly, I think you'll be good. Oh. I don't need it there. I need it up here. There is a little kind of thick part here. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. And I'm going to have to replace it up here and get that done again as well. Look at my hands. I'm silver. I'm shimmery. I'm all glittery. Hi, Rhonda. Good to see you today. So glad you're here, Victoria. Thank you so much for checking in with me. I do think there's kind of a thick section here. And I'm just going to take my wipe and get it off. It's sort of, I don't know. It's just that paste is kind of on the dry, thick side. So I don't want it to. This is not a very wet wipe. It is a wet wipe, but it's not very wet because I don't know. It's on the end of I'm on, as well as my paste. My paste is at the end. My wet wipes are at the end. Okay, we kind of got that on there. Thankfully, so far, it's going to be a little helter-skelter up here. I'm going to have a little tiny area that's not going to print. Ooh, guess what I didn't do? I didn't wax. That's a problem. And, dang it, it is peeling away well, I'm going to peel this back and wax it. You did see, like where I wiped it down, it kind of came on there. I'm a hot mess today, so pre-warning. We're doing a big project. We're doing a leaner. I'm just ignoring the fact that I'm smearing this all over here and then it just peeled up. Oh my goodness. You know what it did? This is an old transfer and it peeled up my transfer too. I'm going to put this down like this. This is where it lines up with the last piece. And then I'm going to peel this back and do the slowly. It's peeling my transfer. There's little, oh no, it's peeling up my paste. Wax first. Remind me on the next one. Rhonda, you're always good about reminding me. Remind me on the next one to make sure I wax, because I am making a hot mess out of this a little bit. Well, hopefully it'll turn out okay. I think we'll be okay. Oops, don't move it though. That will be hard. I've got it in the right place. Okay. Good thing I went for a wet wipe to wash my hands, because that reminded me that I had to wax, actually. All right, here we go. Get it down good. We got it waxed. I may or may not be a hot mess on this one. This is the carrot leaner we're doing, and it is available. Like some of the really fun, popular Easter items, they are running out. All right, I'm using the color I'm using for the second coat. Just use your own judgment for this. This one is I was explaining that this is a ChalkCon paste that we got as designers. Sometimes we get special things like transfers and paint, so that's kind of the fun part of being a designer. Love, love, love all the things. It is fun to get exclusive things too. So anyway, that's what I think. See if we can carry this all the way to the top. This is about 3 feet tall, this leaner. This is the carrot leaner. I think it's going to smear here. My paste is kind of thick. It's from like, what did they say, 2022. It's kind of old. Goes to show, though, that you can still use it pretty long. This might be the end of it. And that's okay. That's okay. It'll remind me that I used my... But you could use any 2 tones of it, or you could even do, some people, you know, will just do like that's kind of a trendy thing to do, black on black. I think you could do that. It would actually just show like a little bit of a you know, if you did the pattern over the top of it. I guess I haven't tried it, but I think in theory, if you just did, you know, you could do whatever colors you want. Use any of the oranges. You could use a lighter color, darker color, just 2 different tones of orange or whatever color you prefer. All right. Try to get the lumps off here. All right. That put back in. Get my fingers a little cleaned up here. Hi, Rochelle. Good to see you. So anyway, it was kind of a saga around here. And honestly, there aren't, other than Main Street where the county does it. I'm going to take this a little slow. I think we're better off now that we waxed it. There are some spots. Ooh, that is a big section in the middle here. Did not get any paste. So we're going to try to, I don't know if I just missed it or try to get it going. Did not stick. Could be too much wax. I might try the same little trick here if it's not going to stick. This is another trick. If you find that your transfer isn't like doing a section, sometimes if you get it a little bit wet, which I'm doing with a wipe here, it will go release it. Not always, but sometimes. I'm giving it a go. Yeah, it's just kind of splotchy, and I think I'm just going to be okay with it, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe I won't like it. I don't know. We can always take it off. We can always redo it. There it is. It is, I don't know if you can see that. It is kind of splotchy. Maybe it makes it look a little more interest. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do I need to? Right now, I might not fix it all that much. I think I'm going to, though, get some of the paste off of it, off of this. Oy, I'm out of space. Sorry. I'm out of space. Definitely almost to the end of that paste pack. I'm going to put this back on here, and then I'm going to use my wipe to kind of clean this off. This is an older transfer, so you can't see through either. So I'm going to use a little water because it's so dry. You can also do that, get it wet, even on the project. You don't want to get it too wet because that, could be trouble. But I'm just trying to get some of the accumulation off the center section here where it's a little gooped up. If I were like not doing this live and, in the house taking my time, I would probably go ahead and wash it and then put it on a towel and dry both sides with a towel and then start again. But as you can see, we can get a lot of it off actually by washing. And I'll go on this side. I'm seeing like some of the orange peel on here. So that means it is coming off my leaner a little bit. And sometimes just washing the backside, it gets it a little more sticky, gets it kind of cleaned up, keeps it from going underneath. This one's pretty sticky, so there's that. Oops. This is a messy backer. So when I take this into wash for real in the sink, I will clean the backer. I'll wipe it down too. Not too wet, because backers kind of crinkle up and don't stay flat then, but just a little bit. Trying to get the darker spots. All right, it might be shady from here. Ideally, you could wash the whole thing really good in the sink, but like I said, I don't have a sink in here, so that was why I was looking for a bigger pattern. You could use any of the patterns. You could use those 18 by 18s. That would work out really well. Definitely using a lot of wipes today. All right, I think we're gonna try to piece on that top portion. All right. And honestly, I mean, I know this bottom part is a lot more clear, but it's not terrible, right? It's not terrible. I don't think anyway. All right. So this is the section we're doing right here. And then we have just a teeny tiny bit. Oh, you guys, I painted the wrong side of this. You guys. This is so beautiful. I did the wrong side, I think. One of these is the wrong side because that one fit in. This one goes in this way. Check the ways. Check the ways, you guys. Oh my goodness. I have to repaint this. That's dumb. That is totally dumb. All right. Well, life has changed. Everything is fixable, right? Dumb. This too, like some of this could be that I have too much wax on there. Some of that patchiness. Could be wax issue. Hi, Suzanne. Good to see you. We are finding out how bad I am at matching up patterns here. All right. I might be done with this part of it, and I'm going to come back and do the rest of it, because sometimes what I've learned in life is sometimes it's better to just walk away when you think you've gone too far. Let's see if we can find. I was hoping I could overlap it enough. Maybe not. This would be the better part. The patterns do line up, supposedly. Question is, where? Right? Where? I think this lines up right there. Kind of seeing it here. There we go. How long? So this is, like I said, I warned you at the beginning, this is a longer project for sure. So I might have to come back to this and do this another day, because like I said, I got to repaint that on the back side. That is so silly. I have it nicely painted too. I did such a good job, you guys. This feels weird to just be doing this little end bit here. I didn't. So note to self, when you go to do this, make sure that you line up the pieces before you do the original painting, because, you know, that's a mess. That is a mess. And this doesn't go all the way out because I've got a little just bit off the center piece here. So let's see. Not bad. Not bad at all. That worked out really good. Okay, so I've got just this little bit here. And let's see. Okay, so I could put this over this. No, that doesn't work. I have to go over. Yes, I am talking to myself. Do you guys talk to yourselves? Especially when you craft? Oh my goodness. I'm not usually a talker to myself. You guys are influencing me. This project is making me talk to myself. I'm not usually a talker. No, I'm just trying to think out loud. Ooh, I found some parts to match up here. I found it. Maybe a little bit more. Except, yep. Does that go? Kind of found the spot. I maybe should have dried that. Just, you know, do what I say, not what I do. That actually goes off. Okay, so straight across. Oy, oy. Into the messiest part. Into the messiest part. The lining up is maybe the hardest part. I'm not going to lie. Lining up is hard. Oh, this. Nope. This. Nope. I'm like, nope. Nope. Where is the little tulip? I feel really kind of congested today. I don't know why. Oh, there's the tulip. It's on the edge. But I don't see it in the middle. See, these tulips right here line up. But it doesn't get me over here all the way. It gets me a little bit of it, but not a lot. But I don't know that I can. line it up. I don't know. I guess I'll take what I can get over here. I might take it. You can take a brush and kind of carry it out, but that's not my favorite way to do it. Not gonna lie. This gets me to the top there. All right. Hopefully we lined it up right. Sometimes when in doubt, your guess. All right. Yeah, that doesn't look wonderful. That does not look right. I still want to go over that again. I'm not going to lie. I don't know. I'm going to leave it for now, I think. All right. Well, we are back to square one with the rest of the piece. You can see this middle piece does have some recesses. I'm going to take the transfer, wash it. I'm going to come back another day. We'll be, stay tuned. I'll continue. I'll probably go on YouTube and finish it up. I am live on Facebook and YouTube on Mondays and Thursday afternoons, usually somewhere between 2 and 3. Today it was 1:30, so I apologize. Oh, and I smeared this really badly here. We're doing fine, really. So anyway, we'll be still working on this, and I think it's going to be okay. I think I'll probably rough it up a little bit with the sandpaper, especially around the edges, and make sure it looks kind of like an older piece instead of a newer piece. But so far, we've got the bottom of the carrots done. I know it's kind of hard to see. Let's see if I can get you up here. Whoa, I just lost part of it. This is the bottom part. It's kind of awkward, so I apologize. There we go. That all looks pretty good. And then, and you could see I got it on there, but it's not very good. But I don't think you would notice, like, that's the one thing about crafting, even though, like, to your eye, it's not perfect. A lot of times, nobody else is looking for that perfection. Over here is where that didn't quite line it up right. You can kind of see it looks darker there. So that is what I've got so far done. That is slippery and slanted. So far, we've got that part done, those two parts. I might do some touch up on that one after I wash it. And then this, I painted the wrong side, you guys. I wish it said which side to do, because I've got it beautifully painted, and now I get to turn it over and do it again. At least it's not ruined. I just have to start over. So thanks so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, or if you want the materials for this project, put carrot down below. Please ask any questions you might have. I am so excited to have you here. If you're watching the replay, put #replay. And I hope you have a very blessed day and keep on crafting.